Hi, it's Will from StormTheCastle.com, and here on YouTube you know me as Epic Fantasy, and this is my latest tutorial. This is how to make a plastic model PT boat. Fun little project. A PT boat is a torpedo boat that fired torpedoes at enemy battleships and enemy ships to sink them. Used during World War II, saw a lot of action in the Pacific, and PT-109 is very significant because John F. Kennedy was the captain, the commander of this particular boat. Fun little project, easy to do if you've never made a plastic model, a military one, and you want to make one. This might be a good place to start. Thanks for watching my videos. If you're a subscriber, thanks for subscribing. If not, hit that button. Dioramas, origami, catapults, and trebuchets, telescopes, terrariums, bonsai trees and paper games, swords and shields, and real blacksmithing, model boxes, animation. I teach the art of real creation. StormTheCastle.com. Let's make something. Okay, let's take a look at it. This is a Revell model. It's a skill level 2, which means it's a pretty easy model to make. And it's in 1/72 scale, which means the actual PT boat is 72 times larger than this plastic model. So what comes in the kit is the instructions, some decals, and all the various plastic parts on sprues. And there you go, there's the plastic parts on the sprues. The sprue is, this is how it's made during the injection molding process. So the first thing you should do is gently wash off all the various pieces with soapy water. That'll get any oil or residue off, makes it better for them to glue together and easier to paint. And then inspect everything to see if there's anything missing, any parts are broken, if there's any excess flashing on the parts or anything like that. Your model building will go smoother if you inspect everything first. And I'm going to use two different types of cement. The Tester's plastic cement and the extra thin, Tamiya extra thin cement. So what we do is look through the instruction booklet. It tells you what color to paint everything. And it also gives you step-by-step instructions on exactly what to do. And you start at step 1, you move on to step 2. So let's do a little bit of this. I'm not going to do the whole model for you, but I'll show you so you understand how model building goes. You cut each piece off the sprue like this. And for some pieces, for the cutting process, you might have a little bit of excess sprue or a little bump or a little extra plastic, and I'll show you how to handle that. You would trim it with a knife, and this way everything goes together neatly and cleanly. Or you would also sandpaper it down with a little bit of sandpaper or an emery board like this. Get everything nice and smooth. All the pieces will fit together well. So let's go ahead and do this first step. And we're starting on the underside of the boat here, which is, there's not a whole lot to it. There's the rudders and the propellers and a few, the exhaust and stuff like that. The underside of the boat is pretty easy to do. There's not a whole lot. But because this boat is kind of easy, there's a pretty simple process. I did this video a little bit different for you, which I think is kind of neat, and you'll see what I mean. So I did the underside of the boat first, get all those parts done. See, it looks good with the props. And then I made the stand, and now we can stand the boat on it, and we can I can show you how it's built, kind of like in fast motion. Then put the deck on it like this. And there's a neat little trick for plastic model building I'll show you here, which modelers use all the time. To get a nice fit so everything held well for a piece like this, put some rubber bands on it to let it set. Let that cement set. And that's that. So then there's some preliminary painting we can do, and it's all pretty much battleship gray. Which is interesting because most plastic models are gray to start with, the plastic, but this one is green. I thought that was kind of ironic. You know, it would have been easier if they'd have just used the gray plastic for the injection molding, but, well, then we had fun painting it though. And then once that paint dries, I'm going to show you real quick here. Well, I'm going to put some 20 odd pieces right on it in fast motion, like less than like half a second per piece, and you can kind of see how everything just assembles onto the top of the boat. So here we go. Let's take a look at that. Bink, 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 bink. See? I had fun doing this. But that's what it is. You just pretty much onto the top of the boat, you just assemble all the things. There goes the torpedoes and the guns and various stuff, and that's that. Then we go on to add the details, the little figures, and you know, painting it is a thing you can do before you put each piece on. You can paint it first if you want, and that's a judgment call depending on what you like or what's easy, what's accessible. But I pretty much just glued everything, cemented everything on, and then went ahead and painted it all. And I had fun painting the little detailed men with their life vests and stuff like that. So a fun project. I really enjoyed it. Took me, I'm not sure how long it took me. It wasn't that long of it was a few hours of work. And then once the paint is dried, we add the decals, and the decals for models is kind of interesting because you cut them out of a sheet, soak them in water for maybe 30 seconds, and then they will slide right off, and you slide them right onto your model. Just like that, and there's a few of them that go in different spots on the boat, and the instructions tell you where to put them. And then we finish it off with a little bit of thread that doesn't come with the kit. You have to supply your own thread for the railings on the boat, and that's that. The boat is done. Very nice, I like it. It's got pretty good detail. I like the little figures and the little guns and those flags are decals too. Listen, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. If you want to see some kind of a video, something for me to build, leave a comment. I do read all comments. Here's some other plastic models if you're interested and you might want to build. There's the Warthog and the Mustang, a submarine, and a aircraft carrier. Some men are destined for greatness and some men are destined for tragedy. Some are even destined for both. The story of JFK and 109 is really interesting. There's a movie, a song, and a book. And the PT-109 was cut right in half by a Japanese destroyer. JFK and his surviving crew members swam 3.5 miles to a nearby deserted island where they lived on coconuts for 6 days. JFK scrawled a help message on a coconut, and one of the crew members secretly got it to a nearby naval base, and they were rescued. When he was president, he kept that coconut on his desk in the Oval Office. Interesting. He's an interesting man, and you should watch the movie or read the book, or maybe even make the model.